What's good, people? It's Chi here, and I am here talking about the CALLEY app. The CALLEY app. So what is the CALLEY app? The CALLEY app is an auto dialer that you can put on your cell phone. If you're doing direct to seller, you're dialing out on something like the Mojo dialer or Call Tools or something like that, right? Batch dialer. But for us who are dialing agents, a lot of us want to use our cell phones. For me, I like using my cell phone. So, I mean, maybe people are using their CRM. REI Reply has a great power dialer on it that I've showed people. But for those of you just getting started, you may want to just eliminate all the things that are costly, you know, the costly CRMs, costly power dialers. When you're dialing agents, you need something simple, something cheap, especially when you're just starting out. So I just found this great little app. It's cheap. It's got a free plan that allow you to call up to 50 or have a list of up to 50 people, and you can call the list, and it basically will just go through the people on that list so you don't have to sit there dialing. It just auto dials for you, and it makes things real quick. You know, for me, I like to use it in my car. I just tried it out today, and I've been using it in the car to call agents. I can just drive down the road and it will dial for me. I don't have to push any buttons. It does have a note section after the call is finished, like a regular power dialer will give you a screen where it's going to show you notes about the call and things of that nature. It will give you that. It's pretty easy to set up. If you're used to using dialers, you just download your list from wherever you get your list from. And I've got free videos and a free tutorial, a course teaching people how to download lists for agents for free. Don't ever pay for an agent list. If you want to check that out, I will have a link down in the description or in the comments as well. But definitely, if you're calling agents, this is an excellent tool. Then you can combine it with another app that I've showed on here, which is the Reach app. So that can be your follow-up, your follow-up, and it's kind of automatic. The Reach app is for SMS, and both of these apps are for your cell phone, so you don't have to have a CRM. The Reach app is like $6 a month, so relatively cheap, almost nothing. This is a shot of the Google Play Store where you can get the app for your phone. So this is the phone portion. So you're going to have it both in your phone, and it has a dashboard. So here's what the dashboard looks like. You basically would upload your list here. You can just add a list, drop the list in here. This is my list of agents that I pulled from my REI Reply account. These are recent agents who've had properties that are the types of properties that I'm looking for. Again, I have a free course on how to pull these lists, and also I have a little tutorial about how to get the best agents and which agents you want to set up and call first, right? So all that is in the description. But this thing is awesome. You drop the list in here. It only gave me 48 records rather than 50 for some reason. But once you do that, it basically takes you through this, and it shows you the calls I've made today. I only made like 9 calls. But I did it in the car while I was driving, and this thing made it super simple. Then it gives you notes, so you can take the notes once you're done. It gives you the notes section. There's only 3 sections in this thing. When you upload your list, it's only going to give you a name, their cell phone, and then a note section. So what I did for the note section is I just put their email address. So that way, if I'm on the call, I didn't know how it would work. I thought that if I was on the call, I could take a look at the notes section and see that it already had their email address, and I'd ask them, is this the correct email address, that sort of thing. Because agents tend to change brokerages. I like to always update their email address, but it didn't pop up on the screen when I was doing this, so that didn't work. It only gave me a blank note, a blank new note when I was on the screen. But nevertheless, it was pretty cool to work with. So this is what the app looks like. This is the basics of it. So if I wanted to start dialing, I would just hit that start calling button, and that would start the process going, and it would just basically start calling agents. I'm going to show you what it looks like real quick. It's going to dial the number, but we'll stop that. So yeah, this is what the main screen looks like when you log in. You can start dialing. This is what your list looks like. Just a list of numbers. It only takes the first name. It does not use the last name, so it only will have the first name showing up. I have another video that kind of shows you how to input all your agent numbers into your Google contacts, so that when this thing starts dialing, it will show up on your screen, your phone screen. So for me, if I dial one of these people, it's going to show their first and last name because they're in my Google contacts. When it dials, it just brings you to your regular phone screen. And then once the call ends, it brings you back to the app, which is kind of cool as well. And this kind of shows you people that I called. It gives the notes that I've left for each of these people. Is there incoming calls if I have incoming calls? I don't know how that works. I haven't gotten any incoming calls, so I don't know how that portion of it works. I guess if the person's on my list, maybe it'll come through here, but I'm not real sure. So this is the pricing plan here. The auto dialer costs, the free version, you get 25 calls per day. Again, you can pull a list of 50 records. You can put that list in there and dial to your heart's content. And that's, it's not going to expire. You can do that forever. So if you wanted to, you could put a list in there, 50 calls, do 50 calls a day. Then, 25 calls a day. So in 2 days, you have to change your list. 2 days, change your list. 2 days, change your list. I wouldn't recommend that. I would recommend going ahead and spending $30 a month. And for the 30 days a month, you have unlimited calls per day, so you can call as many agents as you want. Your list, though, you can only put a list of about I think the limit is 2,000 records. So yeah, the maximum list size is 2,000 records. So that's a decent sized list for agents. And once you start finding agents who aren't interested, you can start eliminating people from your list, that sort of thing. Edit your list. SMS notifications. This is kind of cool. You can basically program this thing to send them an SMS if they don't answer the phone, which is really cool. I love that. It's not in the free version, so that's something that you really want to pay attention to. You can schedule a call back to the lead at a later date, and the app will remind you to connect the call, and then you can call them back if they don't respond. It's another option. It gives you feedback. You can send emails through this thing. There's a lot of things that are pretty cool in this app, and I think you can integrate it with your Google Sheets if you have a Google Sheet list and then you want to have all the detailed reports there in your Google Sheet. It can integrate with Zapier. I think it integrates with a few CRMs. It's got webhooks, so if you really wanted to send it back to, say, REI Reply or any Go High Level, it should be able to do so that way. It can send an email after a call. So there's a lot of things that you can kind of set up and automate with this for only $30 a month. And if you're calling agents, like I like to call agents, I think agent outreach is awesome for new wholesalers. If you're just starting out, it's one of the best ways to get started in getting deals, because it doesn't cost you anything. And if this is your overhead, say you're using this in the Reach app, that's what, $36 a month or $35 a month and then your phone bill, your cell phone bill, whatever you're paying in your cell phone bill, you'll have that as well. But that's not a lot of money. If you had to do REI Reply, that's $100 a month, right? And you have to pay for a phone number. You're gonna have to figure out how to set it up, or if you're doing any Go High Level service, maybe you do one that's set up for agent outreach. Now I think REI Reply has agent outreach built in now, but there's so many Go High Level based systems that have agent outreach in there, and they work really well. But you know, so many people have done agent outreach and done multiple deals just using their cell phone and a Google Sheet, or their cell phone and a piece of paper and notebook. So make things easier for yourself. A lot of new wholesalers make things too difficult. And I always try to tell people that do the simplest thing that costs the least money when you're starting out, because you don't know if you're going to like this. I don't want to see people quit wholesaling when they get started, but so many wholesalers quit. Make it as easy as possible and as cheap as possible, because until you start getting deals in, it can get expensive if you're doing traditional wholesaling with pulling lists, skip tracing. All that stuff costs a lot of money. With agents, you don't have to go there. So that's it, folks. That's the CALLEY app. Again, check out the links in the description, in the comments. I'll leave links to the CALLEY app, to the Reach app, to my courses on pulling lists, agent outreach lists. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.